pretty awesome. But you know, it is hard to Zoom for what was it, like 7 hours a day. It was too much, but it was good. And we did, it's nice to take a break for just yourself. And so that's where this class idea came from. So we want the calm of this class. And we will work a little bit with the breath, but it's all about, it's like self-massage and nice things. So that's what we'll be working on today. We are going to start on our backs on the ground. So if you want to go there, welcome, Carol. I see you joined us. I'm glad you're there. So let's start on our backs on the ground. Clear your mat. If you need support for the head, right? That arch in the neck is an important arch. You don't want to lose that, right? So you might want to put something under there, whether it's a blanket or even like this rolled up hand towel. So that when you're lying down, and I hope you can see okay from there, when you're lying down, your chin is not back. The throat isn't stretched, but in fact, the nose is above where the chin is. That's what's really important here. So that might mean you need a little lift, or it might mean you're fine just the way you are. It doesn't matter either way. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the way we're made. So find out where your head and neck need to be and support that appropriately. Bend your knees, put your feet on the mat, and let the feet be a little wider than your hips. And that should be really good for lower back. That's why we do this. So, sometimes I've heard people say, oh, put your pinky toes on the edge of your mat. Well, my legs are so much shorter than everybody else's. That doesn't feel good. So I let them be a little wider than my hips. I let the thighs rest on each other. And that's a good place for me to be. Now, before we start getting quiet, which is coming, I will ask you to take your right hand and bring it to the left. Oh my goodness, left trapezius. Like a steel cable right here. Okay, so take a breath. See what you can do to soften that shoulder. Just a little love here, a little massage, nothing big deal. Just a little love, a little squeeze and release kind of thing. Notice what it feels like, huh? And then pause for a moment and lift up your left arm. See how it feels. Do we have any more softness, do you think? Give it a try. And then we'll go back to it. So taking that right hand across, see what you can do to let go of those steel cables that we keep up there, right? We hold tension here all the time, whether we're thinking about it or not. Okay, and then pause again. And let's move that left arm, see what it feels like. See if we feel any more softness. And it's just, just so you notice. Now we're going to take that left hand over to the steel cables on the right side of our shoulders and soften there. And then pause and lift up that right arm. Just notice what's going on. And then go back to it. So really trying to soften an area where we, it's one of our three major crossroads of tension in the body, right here. Okay, now release and then lift up that right arm again, see what's going on. Mine does feel better. And then bring the arms down. Now, right now, my feeling is that my shoulders are a lot closer to the floor than they were. You may or may not experience that, but it feels better to me. Now you can bring your hands to your belly, to your ribs. You can let your hands be alongside the body, palms up. Any of these things are good, but we're gonna settle in now. Now that we've done a little bit to release that tension in the shoulders, let's just kind of hang out there and breathe. And notice what that breath is like. Notice it without changing it, just observe. And now that you've observed the breath, work to lengthen the exhale. See what you can do to even out inhale and exhale. But if that exhale is a little bit longer, that's okay. That's good. That's calming. And we talked about that major intersection of tension in the shoulders. Another one is the jaw. So as you're breathing here, perhaps you open your mouth and stick out your tongue. And then close the mouth again, let the tongue be away from the roof of the mouth. That's another major intersection of tension. And then the third one is those hips. So our hips in this position, this is called constructive rest pose. In this position, they really shouldn't have to do a lot of work. We're using the floor and the structure of the body to support us. So bring that awareness into the hips and see what you can do to soften. And then these next few minutes, we're just going to be quiet and arrive on our mat. Wherever we are, we're going to bring our right palm to heart center. And then bring the left palm on top of that. And take a moment right now to set an intention for this practice. It might be the word calm or self-care or anything else that's important to you today. And then we'll release those hands back down by the side. We're gonna come to that breath with that pause at the top. This will be the only time in this practice that we do it. And those of you that were in the chair yoga practice, you know what this breath is, but just to review, we're going to take an inhale and we're going to pause at the top for one count. And then we're going to have that long, slow exhale. And we'll just do it 3 times. We don't need to increase. So let's inhale. Pause and exhale. Do it again. Inhale. Pause and exhale. And it's just a pause. It's not a clench. Third one. Inhale. Pause and long, slow exhale. And then very gently, we'll turn the head one side to the other. And we'll come back to center. Extend your legs long, extend arms long. Take a big good morning stretch. Notice how this feels. Turn hands at the wrists, please, and maybe point your feet, wiggle the fingers, whatever it is that your body is telling you right now that you need. Maybe sway the knees side to side once the feet come back to the ground. And then we're going to bring in our right knee. Let's bring in the right knee. So right hand on top of the right knee. Just let your left hand be on the floor. And we're going to open out the knee to the side and then bring it back. And maybe make a few little circles. So we're just exploring that hip, right hip. And you may notice that as you make these circles, the left hip's moving a little bit. That's why I said you can put your hand on the ground. We don't need to keep that left hip still. We're just reminding ourselves that this is all connected. So do one more circle in this direction and then go the other way. See what it feels like to circle this way. And then come to stillness and bring that left hand on top of the right knee as well. So I've got two hands here. My elbows are soft. My left leg is bent, the foot is on the mat, and I can keep it bent or I can straighten it if my lower back says that's okay. But as we inhale, we're going to straighten those arms a little bit, let the knee go away. And as we exhale, we bend the elbows, knees come closer, and we turn the head and look to the left. And maybe I shouldn't use the word look because you can even close your eyes. So inhale, we straighten out the neck, nose goes to the ceiling, knee goes away from the body. Exhale, knee comes in, nose turns to the left. Slow movements. Tying things to the breath and tying the movement lower body and upper body. And the next time that the head is back to neutral, just stay there. Release the foot back to the earth gently and extend that right leg long. You can extend left leg long as well if it's not already long. And then take a moment to notice the effects of that practice on the body. How does that right hip feel? How's the neck feel? How do the arms and hands feel? So we're going to bend both knees now, put both feet back on the floor. Let's bring that left knee in. And the left hand is on top of that left knee. And it's just guiding it is what it's doing. It doesn't have to hold it, doesn't have to control it. Let's let the right hand rest on the floor. And then open that left knee out to the left and make a few circles. The first thing I notice, of course, is that my left hip is kind of moving. I'm sorry, right hip is moving as well as my left hip. So Obviously, that's all connected. Those hips are connected. Yep, I get that. Take the circles in the other direction. And then come back to neutral, come back to center. Bring your right hand to that left knee as well. Elbows are soft. Neck is in line with the spine. That nose is kind of reaching towards the ceiling. As we inhale, the arms are going to get straight. The knee is going to come away from the body. As we exhale, the knee comes in, elbows bend, and the nose goes to the right. Inhale, realign. Exhale, knee comes in, nose goes to the right. And the next time that head is back in alignment, knee is away, we'll pause here. Release the foot to the floor. Extend the left leg long, extend the right leg long if it's not already long. And notice how the body feels. Now, one at a time, we're going to bend our knees. And we're just going to roll to one side. So take it to one side or the other. Doesn't matter which side, one side or the other. When you get there, pause. And then we're going to make our way to seated. So we use our top arm to start to push ourselves up. And then that bottom arm kicks in and we come up to seated. Moving slowly, we're not in a hurry. We come to a comfortable seat. When we get there, we let all that glitter settle. Anything we've disturbed by moving, we want it to come to calm again. So we need to create a little place where we can sit and be comfortable because we're going to be seated for a little bit and we're going to come into that self-care, hands, feet, shoulders, head, all of that stuff. So I'm going to sit on my cushion. You might sit on a chair, bed, whatever you want, right? Be comfortable. But just sitting on a cushion on the floor is one thing. I'm also going to like prop up my knees so that I'm really comfortable. Okay, really comfortable. I've got these blocks here. I could roll up towels and put them there. It's all good. So make yourself comfortable and sit up tall. Just notice how things feel right now. Notice the body, right? Notice your hands, your feet, notice your head. And we're going to first bring our attention to our feet. So let us, what is this? This is your right foot. So let's just bring that forward. Let's cross the right foot over left thigh. And again, this might be easier in a chair. That's why I'm offering that. But let's cross it over. Let's give that little foot a little love. So just a little massage on the toes. If you're wearing socks, no problem. Just keep your feet warm, right? I don't have my socks on, but it's all good. So just giving my feet a little love, my foot a little love, making sure I'm paying attention to the heels, to the heel, to the arch, and then all 5 toes. So just kind of give each toe a little massage from the base of the foot out to the tip. And make sure that arch gets lots of attention as well. Maybe even going up into the ankle. So one of the things that the retreat that I was on this weekend, the Zoom retreat, right here where I am right now. One of the benefits, in my opinion, was that I had permission to not have to do anything besides the retreat. And I want you to feel that way, right? We're not in a hurry. You have permission to rub your feet for as long as you want to. And when you think that feels sufficient, whenever that is, we'll finish it. And we'll put that foot on the floor in front of us. So my foot is down. And I'm going to take my thumbs and just give myself a nice little massage from the back of my knee down to my ankle. Pick up those thumbs again. I kind of put them into that space behind the calf muscle. There's two muscles there. There's a little space, and then I just kind of rub down. It feels really good. And you're in charge here. So use whatever pressure or sensation that is right for you. Maybe it's just a little pat is good. That's fine. Okay, so take a moment, notice how those toes look, and then pick them all up. Pick all 5 toes up and spread them wide. And then put them back down. Do it again, pick them up. Spread them wide and place them back on the floor. Pick them up, spread them wide, and notice right now how they look. And can we just put down the big toe? Just put down the big toe. And then pick it up. And then just put down the pinky toe. And pick it up. And big toe. And then pinky toe. And then pick all 5 toes up, spread them wide, and put them all back down. And maybe give that foot a little bit of extra love. And we'll move to the other side. So I'm going to pick up, this is a left foot. I'm going to cross it over. You could do this in a chair. And then I bring my attention to the sole of that foot, giving a nice massage to my arch, to the ankle, to the top of the foot, anywhere that needs it right now. And you might have to make yummy noises. And then don't forget the toes. I like to start at my pinky toe, just right where the foot is, or foot and the toe meet, and then just kind of go out, lengthening the toe, giving it a little space. Often, maybe not this past year, but we're often wearing shoes and our feet are kind of crammed in. Now, I don't go outside, I don't wear shoes, but so it's probably been a good year for my feet. They've had a little more space. But we have to acknowledge that they need a little break now and again. So the ankle, the top of the foot, just giving it all that love that you can, knowing that we're not in a hurry, that we have permission to linger and to enjoy this feeling. And then we'll release that foot when we think it's appropriate. And we'll put it back on the ground. And we'll look at those toes and we'll thank them for all their hard work. And we're going to take our 2 thumbs and bring it behind that calf muscle and go down. Just a gentle motion down. So it's like a little massage move, going from behind the knee down. Again, you might just want to do a nice soft stroke, whatever is appropriate for you. Okay, now we're going to do those toes again because that's fun. So pick up all 5 toes, spread them wide, put them down. Do it again. And release. And one more. Okay, keep them up. And you put down your big toe only, and pick it back up. And pinky toe only now. And big toe. Is this side easier or harder than the other foot? I think I'm left-footed. Pinky toe. Because I'm not quite so coordinated. Pick them all 5 up, spread them wide, put them back down. Beautiful. Okay. Now, sit up tall again. If you've lost that length in the spine, find it again. Let's come to the head. So first one, we're going to think like shampoo massage, right? And, it might mess up your hair, but we have permission. We know that. So it's okay. Just a little shampoo massage. Again, you're in charge. Make it feel good for you. And it does feel pretty darn good. And then if it feels okay, I'm just gonna do a little tapping with my pointer and middle finger, tapping at the very tippy top of my head. Tap, 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 tap. Or if you would prefer, just keep massaging. I like the tapping better for me. Okay? You go where you go. It's all about you. You have permission. Okay, now I'm gonna take my tapping fingers to that crease between my eyebrows and try and, make that softer. That's a good idea. And then I'm taking my tapping fingers out to the side. Again, I like the tapping fingers. You might use those same two fingers and just continue with your massage. So I'm taking my tapping fingers to the outside of my eyes, again, wrinkles, and around the eye socket. So this is kind of getting into the sinuses. These vibrations are helping with my sinuses. And then make sure you tap in front of your ears and into your jaw, all the way down the jaw to the chin, back up. So again, just making this feel good. And then take your two fingers maybe and just go from your chin up, little facelift, chin up, tap, tap, tap some more. And then pause. Let your hands rest in your lap and just notice all that sensation in your face. Who knew? Okay. So let's move to head and shoulder, or I'm sorry, shoulders and upper back. Arms and shoulders and upper back. Let us reach our arms forward. Let the palms come down, palms face down, shoulders down from the ears. So rather than here, my friends, let's take it down. And let's really spread those fingers wide. Those fingers that just did all that wonderful tapping and massaging. Let's spread those fingers wide. Getting as long as you can from pinky to thumb. So like if you played piano, it'd be probably more than an octave. Shoulders down. 2 more breaths here. Notice how the arms feel. Now let's turn our right palm up and then our left palm, and notice how that movement goes into the forearm. Shoulders still down. And then right palm down, left palm down. And release those hands back to your lap. Take a loop with the shoulders, but notice sensation, like I feel stuff all the way up into the middle of my upper arm right now. Okay, we'll do it again. Reach the arms forward, and this time, with those fingers spread, we're gonna bring the palms like we're pushing against a wall. So this part of the hand, think about this part of the palm, pushing forward. The shoulders are still down, the crown of the head is still reaching for the ceiling. Notice where you feel this a little bit now. Now I'm into here. Yep. My palms really definitely connected to that forearm as well. Yeah. Stay for another breath. Fingers are spread wide. Now let's turn the left palm so that the thumb goes up to the side. And then right. Woo, baby. Notice this. Now we're still pushing into the wall. Shoulders are down, but now we're pushing from a different angle. Turn the right palm up and then the left palm. Shake it out. Let the hands rest in your lap. Notice how that feels. Notice the tension that maybe we could get rid of. Okay, let's come back to it. Arms forward, palms down, fingers spread. Push the wall. Yes, and now let's turn the right hand. Thumb goes out to the side. Take your left hand, grab that pinky finger right where the pinky finger meets the palm and gently go down, just like we did with our toes. So now I move to my ring finger. I use my pointer and my thumb on my left hand and I just pull straight down. Just giving it a little space. Just pull down, pull down. And then after you do your pointer finger, take your left hand underneath your right and take that thumb out to the side. So we want to be kind to the thumb. It's a different kind of joint. And then release, Shake it out. Ooh, baby. Let it rest in your lap. We'll do the other side. Arms out, palms up. Rotate left thumb out. Take your right hand to the pinky. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ring finger, middle finger, point. And then take that hand underneath and gently guide that left thumb away. Release, shake it out, and rest in your lap. Notice how things feel. Now, let's bring our palms forward, soft elbows right now, and bring those fingertips to our shoulders. And let's make some circles with the elbows. Yeah, notice how this feels. Pretty wonderful. So getting into that upper back right now. Pause and go the other way. And then let's finish with the circle back. Yeah, because that just feels good. Okay. Let the hands rest in your lap. Take a breath. Notice how things are going. Reach the arms forward. Fingers spread wide. Push into the wall. Rotate right thumb out to the side. We're going to grab that pinky. This time we're going to pull straight down. Gentle, gentle tug. That's all. And then maybe back towards you. Gentle. Right? We're in charge here. Nothing should hurt. That's not what we're going for. We're just going for a stretch in the fingers that perhaps we don't ever take. Down and pull it back towards you. Now, take that left hand underneath, come to your thumb, gently pull it out and maybe back towards you. Shake out that hand. Bring it back to your lap. Notice the difference side to side. Other side. Fingers wide, arms out. Push the wall. Turn the left hand out. Grab pinky, go down, pull back. Come down, pull back. Gentle, gentle. Okay, and now we take that right hand underneath, find the thumb and just gently guide it away from the hand and back towards the body. And then release, shake it out. Pause and notice. Let the shoulders come down from the ears. Notice what's going on in the upper back as well, because we're doing work there as well. Okay, reaching the arms forward, fingers spread wide. This time go to zombie hand, so fingers down, zombie. Let's take our left thumb and bring it into the center of the right palm. Thinking about pushing that palm away. Now, my shoulder's going to kind of come forward a little bit. That's fine. That's natural. We're all connected. But we also want to think about maybe a little more space in that wrist. Breathe. And then release. Let the hand rest in the lap. Take a moment to notice the difference side to side. And we'll do the other side. Hands out, fingers spread wide. Fingers down, zombie hand. Right thumb goes into the palm of the left hand, and we kind of push that palm forward. Soften, breathe. And then release, shake it out. Let the hands rest in your lap and just notice how everything feels. Okay. Let's reach those hands down alongside the body. And on our next inhale, we're going to circle and sweep those arms up, letting the palms meet overhead. Palms meet overhead. Now we're going to bring those palms down together to heart center, elbows wide, palms pushing one into the other, all 5 fingers, all 10 fingers pushing into each other, shoulders down. So this is work as well, bringing that tension to the surface so perhaps you can release it. And now we're going to take those fingers and we're going to tip them away from us, bringing the fingers down. Yeah, breathing here, big wrist stretch. Shoulders come down, I keep punching them up. And then let those fingers rotate back. And now just sit there with your palms up in your lap. Take a moment to notice how everything feels. We're going to move ourselves into a supported cobbler's pose. Again, I'd like to do it with this little distress on the nervous system. So let me show you, perhaps you watch and then move. We're going to build ourselves a ramp. I do that with blocks, but I can just as easily do it with rolled up blankets. Here's my ramp. And then my bum is going to go to the base of the ramp. You might want a blanket for your head. If you do, keep it close by. You can put it at the very top of your blanket, of your bolster or your ramp. So then I bring my bum to the floor, right? My bum was on the cushion and I slid down to the floor. We're going to bring our knees together, our soles of our feet together, knees wide. And right here, right now, before we lie down, we're going to give ourselves a little massage on the feet one last time. And this time we can start at the ankles and go all the way up to the knees if that feels okay. So a little bit of motion there, huh? And then when you're ready, come on down. You can bring your hands back to gently lower yourself down onto this cushion. Once you get there, adjust it so that your head is comfortable. Turn the palms up. Now, if your legs don't like this, let your legs do what they like. We started that way so we could get that extra little massage in for the feet. So if your legs don't like it, you can bend your knees, put your feet on the mat. It's fine. Let your palms be up and just notice sensation in the hands. We did a lot of work with the hands. We clench there a lot as well. So that's why I wanted to focus on that. And now we've got about 5 minutes to rest here with nothing else to do. Permission to relax. Just be here. I'm keeping track of time and I'll let you know when it's time to move again. We will begin our transition from this pose now. So first turn to the breath. Just notice what it's like, and then bring a little bit of motion into those fingers again. Depending on how your legs are, if the knees are wide, let's reach down with our arms and gently guide the knees up so that the feet can come back to the earth. If your legs are long, bend the knees, put the feet on the ground, so that eventually we will all be lying on our mats, on our cushion, with our feet on the ground. Knees bent, feet on the ground. And then we're going to make our way one side or the other. So just roll to one side. I'm just kind of staying on this. Right? We find that equilibrium here. And then slowly, let's use the arms to help push us back up. Take a moment when you come back to seated to check in. Notice the effects of that resting position on your body. Okay, so stay here while I show the next one. And we will eventually, we'll need to clear our mats a little bit, and we're going to reuse some of the things. So we're going to take our cushion in the middle. Now, this is a firm yoga bolster, of course. If you don't have something that's like that, if you're using like bed pillows that are really mushy, you could make a stack of blankets. You could make things just a little firmer. I also have a block, which block at the end for my head. You could also use rolled up towel, whatever. So I'm going to come to my knees here for a moment. My knees are a little wider than this cushion right now. And I'm going to lower my belly down onto the cushion. So my legs are on the floor, tops of my feet are on the floor. My belly's on this cushion. My chest can be on the cushion or beyond it. And my head is going to rest here. So this is very nice. So once I get here, I want my arms to be able to rest as well. So find a place where those shoulder blades can separate. For me, being in this position on this cushion, my hips really get a chance to let go of tension. And I like that, right? I'm fully supported. So that's where we want to go. You can build a pile of blankets or towels. You come forward, the chest is either on the cushion or beyond it. The forehead can be on a block, a rolled up towel, rolled up blanket, whatever feels comfortable. And the entire backside of the body just gets to rest. Make your way there. Settle into it, adjust what you need to, and then rest. So we're going to be here for about 5 minutes. This is a forward fold, a very subtle forward fold. If you notice the way your hips are, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I guess I would be hinged forward if I were standing up. Just pay attention to those hips, pay attention to those shoulders, let them rest. I'm keeping track of time. I'll let you know when it's time to move again. It's time to begin our transition from this pose. So let's bring our hands back underneath the shoulders and very gently push ourselves up to kneeling just for a moment. If the knees are an issue, then don't even pause here. Just make your way off this. If the knees aren't an issue, stay here, do a little one round of cat and cow. And then just, you can sit back on your heels, you can sit on your bottom. We let the glitter settle. We come to that calm again. Okay, we're gonna brief cleanup here, nothing fancy. I'm gonna move that and I'm gonna take this across my mat. You might want a blanket or support for your head. My cushion is across my mat right now. And then I'm gonna come down and that cushion is going to support my legs. But it's gonna support my legs in such a way that my heels still touch the ground. If that is not the case, if you have a much thicker bolster, I have those as well, you might want to bring a blanket or something else to support those ankles. Once you've done that, very gently lower yourself all the way down to the back. When you do that, now this is where you want to be eventually, but then bring the knees in, rock side to side, let the lower back be happy, because it will be. And then let's put the feet back onto that cushion. And let the knees kind of go to the right a little bit, maybe head turns left. Just a real soft twist. Knees come back to center, knees go left, head goes right. Knees come back to center. And now we'll extend those legs so that they're over that cushion. Heels are supported by the floor or some other form of support. Let's pick up the arms, turn the palms up, let the arms float back down. They're about 45 degrees from the body. Let's inhale, and as we exhale, let's open the mouth, stick out the tongue. Do that again. And then bring the tongue back into the mouth. Close the mouth, but keep the teeth separate. Let the tongue rest in the lower arch of the jaw. And these next few minutes, we have permission to rest, to do nothing but rest. So just be here. You can pay attention to your breath. I would not recommend going to a to-do list or, gee, what do I want to do? You know, what am I cooking for dinner? Any of that. Just stay with your breath. And if your mind starts to wander off to that work kind of stuff, gently guide it back. Say, oh no, I have permission to not do any work right now. So rest here. I'm keeping track of time. I'll tell you when it's time to move again. It's time to begin our transition from this pose. Just bring your awareness back to where you're practicing yoga right now. With your eyes closed, you can just imagine what's around you. And even though we're practicing separately, there is this sense of community because we are together, which is wonderful. So thank you for joining me today. Begin to deepen your breath a little bit and turn your head from one side to the other. And then bring some motion into the fingers and wrists. Maybe point and flex the feet. And if it feels like what you need, take a big good morning stretch, reaching the arms overhead, reaching the legs long, getting ready for Tuesday afternoon, the rest of this week, and hey, the end of prep work. So take that big stretch and then gather the knees into the body. Make your way onto your right side, resting your head on your right arm like a pillow. And when you get there, and you have permission to get there slowly, pause and recall the intention that you set at the beginning of our class. When you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seat. No hurries. But get there. Sit up tall and take a moment and notice how you feel. And we'll bring those palms together. I am so glad you guys are here. Thank yourself for taking time to practice, and thank you so much for allowing me to guide you. It's an honor to be here with you. I'm sorry we can't be together, but at least we can practice this way. Now